At 6 o'clock on the first day of the recall window, the lattice did not roar. It simply opened its throat and waited. Elena Voss walked the streets of the old quarter as the city discovered that money had never really belonged to the hands that carried it. Every authorized node, bank kiosks, post offices, corner markets with new federal terminals, had become a bottleneck of human urgency. Lines stretched around blocks. People clutched shoeboxes, pillowcases, coffee cans, the places they had trusted to keep paper safe. At the Havel Street Market, the same clerk who once scanned Elena's bread now stood behind a reinforced counter. A woman in a gray coat emptied a small cloth bag of wrinkled bills onto the tray. The scanner inhaled them one by one. The clerk's face remained professionally blank. Serials logged. Credit issued to your sovereign account. Next. Behind her, a man in a delivery jacket burned a single bill with a lighter in the alley mouth, cupping the flame like a secret. Another family of 4 frantically bought non-perishables with every remaining note they owned, as though groceries could outrun fusion. A teenager buried something small beneath a loose paving stone and walked away too quickly. Elena stopped at the edge of the queue. She watched the scanner lights flicker green in steady rhythm. Each partial read, each timestamp, each merchant node fed the living graph. The panic itself was the final data flood. They told us it was our money. The state only loaned it the illusion of ownership. Look at them run. 7 years of scanners, and they still thought paper was private. Now they're feeding the lattice the last thing it needed, a map of where every hidden reserve was kept. A woman ahead of them began to cry silently while feeding the machine the last of her savings. The scanner accepted each bill without hesitation. Burning it only creates smoke the sensors can still localize. Spending it frantically only logs the final merchant nodes. Burying it still leaves a georoutine heat pattern. The engine doesn't care how they try to outrun it. The attempt itself becomes the cleanest chain of all. Elena watched a father hand his young daughter a single wrinkled note and whisper something urgent. The girl ran toward the exchange node, clutching it like a secret she had already lost. The doctrine was never about crime. It was about turning the final human reflex, the urge to protect what is yours, into the last voluntary contribution to the record. The recall window had been open for less than 4 hours. Already the city moved like a body reacting to a vein being closed, frantic, embarrassed, suddenly aware that the blood had never truly belonged to it. Elena turned away from the queue. Her wristband vibrated once, a low-priority bureau flag. Advisory: parish-affiliated aid ledgers subject to preservation review. Local compliance reminders active. Elena looked down at the message, then toward the church quarter beyond the market roofs. Somewhere in the parish basement, Mother Ansel was still keeping a ledger of aid never written for power to read. For the first time since the recall began, Elena saw clearly that the most dangerous record in the city was not the one the state was building. It was the one that still remembered people before they were reduced to a chain.